Hey everyone, my name's John, and this is another episode of Games in 60 Minutes. This is the stream where I randomly pick games out of my backlog that I've never played before, and I try them out for 60 minutes. So it's kind of like doing a demo of the game. Steam, they give you 2 hours on Steam to try out a game and still get a refund, and so I this whole stream came about because I originally had started writing these reviews where I would play the game for an hour and then try to basically write a review based on that hour of gameplay. And it was actually kind of challenging, right? Because what I found with writing these reviews is that you really kind of have to be thoughtful about it, right? And really try to kind of capture what your that hour of experience and what the game's really about. It's much different than trying to write a review of a game that you played like 40 hours with. But I also found that it was a good exercise because it really made me be more thoughtful about the games that I was playing, and I think it made the experience better. And so out of that series of reviews, I started doing this stream with kind of the same, the same concept. So every stream a different game for 60 minutes. And so tonight we are going to check out a game called Vampyr. I know one of my favorite streamers, Game with Nikki. I know she has streamed this one in the past, and I remember her having some challenges with the game, but I think there were definitely some good points with it as well. But as for me, I've actually never played this myself, and that's why it ended up coming up on my backlog. So I don't remember a whole lot about it. It's been a while since she streamed it. But as you can tell from the title, there's definitely vampires in it. So, if nothing else, I think we have an idea of what to expect. And so on that note, I'm just going to hop on into the game and we're just going to take a look. Let's see what Vampyr is all about. All right. So hopefully, I know my last stream I was having some volume problems, so hoping to have all of that resolved for this stream. But yeah, if anybody is watching and is having trouble hearing me, please let me know. I've something I've come to realize from streaming, and I know a lot of other streamers will agree. Like, audio can sometimes be like the worst part of the whole setup process. Alright, so we're just going to go into a new game here. I'm going to quickly double check my options. Just want to make sure I got everything set up the way I want to. So it looks like it's already kind of put everything on the highest possible settings already. So I think, I think we're good on the settings side of it. Let me make sure our subtitles... I'm gonna put the name of the speaker on. I'm a big fan of having the subtitles in the games because sometimes I do miss stuff. Okay. This looks like we got 3 difficulties. I think I'm not a fan of this, the not being able to change difficulty. I'm not a fan of that because, well, one, difficulties are relative based on what it's kind of arbitrary based on what the, developer decides. But the other thing is that sometimes I've seen games where you pick like a normal difficulty and it's normal until the end and then it gets hard. It's like it shifts. Or you play easy and you know, or you'll play. Sometimes the opposite happens. Like it's you'll play something on like a normal mode, and then it gets easier. You know, as the game goes along. Hey, Poker Man, nice for you to join us tonight. Hoping you are having a good evening. So anyway, since I don't know anything about these difficulties, we're just gonna go with normal. But yeah, hopefully I won't come to regret that choice. We'll just have to see.
Queen under crown of stone. 8 voracious beasts born from 8 restless nights. 4 nails piercing the flesh of the sinner. 1 prayer for the summoned, called by this song.
Okay, this is not the 12 Days of Christmas.
For the once proud city of London, 'tis perchance her inhabitants' last dance alone to face death and pestilence. Confronted by the eerie and unknown, mortals became desperate for answers. A flock's flight makes for an omen, the falling of a star a dire presage. Turning to priests for interpretation when there was no reason to be found. When religion failed, men turned to science. I saw them build such vain cities, crafting machines made for endless war. New questions flourished as old answers withered. What is darkness but lurking sun? What is wall but enslaved stone? What is glass but tortured sand? What is song but a call to arms? What is hate but jilted love? What is life but death pending?
This guy's way too serious. Just saying.
Death. Since the apple was plucked from the sacred tree, mortality was believed to be God's punishment. A righteous snare to keep mankind from ascending to the stars. They were all so wrong. Death is not a wicked thing, nor some holy retribution. A true punishment would be to never know its sweet kiss. Awaken from the harshness and be born once more.
So yeah, I'm not looking so good. I kind of love the color palette right here. Notice how it's like everything's basically black and white except for the blood, which of course gets, you know, called out. Yeah, and look at this. So here's somebody over here and they're like positively glowing.
So thirsty.
I feel like this is not going to end well. Wow, look at that. Eyes are up here.
My sweet brother. What have you done?
Mary! Oh, no. Mary! Hold on.
Yeah,
Please, hold on.
that didn't end well at all.
Mary. No, no. This horror. It's a nightmare. No! Please, a moment, let me explain!
Yeah, interesting you said kill it, so it's almost like they already kind of know
These patrols are after me.
what Jonathan is, so that's
No,
interesting.
don't shoot! This is a nightmare. I need to get out of here.
I need to get out of here, but first let me check all these nooks and crannies.
Over there! There's one of those. There's one of them. No, please, stop! I mean you no harm. What's going on?
Something I'm
Oh, man.
finding a bit weird is
What have I done?
there's no jump button, and I find that
What's all this about?
Shit, where'd it go?
like I keep thinking, oh, I should be able to jump over these things. I keep trying to hit A to jump, and there is no jump.
No. I can
Okay,
defend myself.
but I see. Apparently, I can just crush my way through everything. Except that.
Don't let it out of your sight!
Who are
Oh.
you? Stay back!
Yeah, that ain't gonna happen.
Sorry, but you left me no choice.
It's like, I'm gonna sit here and shoot you and then go, stay away from me. Like, no. I don't think it works that way. I don't know if hitting these barrels is actually worth it. Okay, that one I can't even hit. You know, again, it's one of these RPG staples, right? You sit there and you go like, I want to break this open because there might be something worthwhile inside. But, this may not be the kind of game for that. But it's just hardwired into my brain. I have to check because I've played way too many role-playing games. Ah! This is a nice little dodge if I do say so myself. No, sorry as I kill you. Sorry, I'm stabbing you to death. My bad. Nothing personal. I'm just trying to live over here. Okay.
No, please, stop! Who are you?
Watch it! It's a killer!
What do you want? I mean you no harm. I need help.
Die, you fucking leech!
Please, Listen to me. I can't make any sense of this.
Shut up, beast!
Who are you? What is this all about? What in God's...
That'll do the rest of the job.
Just leave me. The sun. It feels like it's burning me to the bone. Let me go! I need to find somewhere to hide.
Ah, that was not good. Alright.
I need to find shelter. It's locked, all right.
You know, I keep thinking one of these barrels is gonna have something for me.
Is anybody there? What is this place? The place seems abandoned. I should be safe enough here.
What have you done?
Mary! Mary! Mary, I'm sorry. Whoever did this to us, I will find them.
See, I'm wondering if we're gonna get like a flashback at some point to kind of find out like how he ended up in this state. Oh, okay, so this is interesting. It almost seems like instead of busting up barrels, it seems like if something's of interest, it'll, I guess, highlight. So I don't have to go around randomly breaking everything. Ugh.
Wait. This one's dressed up fancy. Let's run through his pockets.
Picking the dead's pockets? Are you serious?
No.
I've still a rent to pay.
Well, I did mention
He's got no
flashback, didn't I?
responsibilities. What's this? Gold watch.
Beautiful it is. We fancy it and share the takings. I suppose we are undertakers. Now, give him an Eve.
Oh my god.
That's impossible.
Dreams for the Red Queen that sleeps under crown of stone, that she might linger longer, her eyes as white as wool.
Who goes there?
A prayer for the summoned by warrior song. A child born from darkness must take center
Who's there? Are you referring to me? No. No! I still have so much to accomplish. I still have so much left that needs doing.
Oof.
Johnny, this one's lost. We need to leave. And now!
No! There's time. I can save him.
That's the enemy coming! The orders are to evacuate the hospital!
Done. He'll live.
And now what?
We fight. Killing is a hell of a lot easier than healing. No, it never got easy.
Okay. It's funny, I made that crack about flashbacks, and I'm getting them left and right. I mean, it's kind of interesting. I'm still trying to get a sense of like what kind of game this is gonna be. And again, I don't remember this very well from Nikki's playthrough, but like, I feel like there's a lot of ways this can go, right? It's obviously very story based, but you know, is it action, RPG? Is there a lot of fighting? That I'm not sure of yet, but I feel like I've pretty much explored this house, so I'm guessing I'm supposed to move on? That's the other thing that's weird, right, is I don't have like a real good sense of like, I don't have a mission right now per se other than just, I guess, live, right? It's like, I don't have anywhere to go. I don't have a specific thing to do except get away, right? And I thought at first I was supposed to hide out in this house, but now I'm like, well, I've kind of like, well, no, and it's weird too, right? Because I barricaded the door and I can't get out, right? So I feel like maybe I missed something. All right, there's some shillings. Did I go through this door yet? I don't think. Oh wait, I didn't hit this bookshelf either. Details. What's this collectible? Fire and sun. Leeches do not fear the sun or fire, and they do not burst into flames or ashes when they are caught under rays of daylight. But it hurts them good. Really good. I've personally chained a vampire to a tree to see what would happen when the sun rises. Its skin blackened in a few minutes as if it were burning from the inside. Its eyes and flesh melted, and I saw its unholy bones move and squeal as the beast tried to escape all day long. In the end, only a desiccated corpse remained, which started to slowly regenerate when the sun disappeared behind the horizon. I cut its head off to finally destroy it, and when I tried the same test with fire, the bloody leech never came back from the ashes. Fire is our weapon of choice, brothers. To burn the beast is the best way to kill it for good. Okay, so apparently the leech is me. Sort of interesting that they call them leeches. Alright. So, it's kind of cool, little collectible there.
I can almost
feel the sun's rays like a physical weight pressing against the wood.
Yeah, so I guess I don't want to go outside right now. I'm gonna look around. Let me see if I missed anything else. Any other doors or drawers of stuff or... Ah, I can go to sleep. Oh, and I missed this too, a bloody diary. Bad sleep. Becky coughed all night and the fever made her delirious. I heard a loud noise in the morning. It's a big machine some men brought by the banks to dig a big hole in the ground. It was some sort of mechanical shovel. Maybe I could go there and ask for some work? Becky needs medicine. Next day, I talked to the men with the mechanical shovel. They told me they are digging mass graves all around London. Safety measures, apparently. Is there a new epidemic? Is the flu coming back? They had no work for me. Becky slept a little last night. The foundry's been closed and there are no more jobs nearby. See, 19th October. I went to London and found some groceries and drugs. No trains. It took me the whole day to cross the Thames and come back. Becky seemed better. I made a soup she ate. I found no drugs, only a few syringes and some sleeping pills on the black market. We have no money left. Maybe I could go to the Pembroke Hospital tomorrow. But it's so far and I fear leaving my wife for so long. Alright, same day. Becky threw up the meal a few hours after she ate. She is so frail now it makes me cry. She says she hears voices outside at night. She says she wants to eat meat. Where would I find meat? Tomorrow I'll barricade the house to protect us from looters. Let's see. The men with the mechanical shovel have stopped digging the mass grave. I heard shouts last night as if they were attacked. Now there are only a few boats throwing bodies day and night into the giant hole. The smell is terrible. We should have left this house a week ago. But Becky, she refuses to leave. She'd rather die, she said with a nasty smile. Why is she torturing me so? Becky just attacked me. She jumped on me from the stairs and tried to bite me. I had to smack her, but she smacked me back. I went upstairs and locked myself in the bedroom. Now I can hear her crying and mumbling downstairs. I retrieved the gun I hid in the ceiling since the war to protect the house. Now I'm ready to use it to protect myself from my own wife. Wow. I could not sleep at all. Becky spent the whole night scratching at the door asking for my help, begging me to let her in, but I was too afraid to open it. I'm just waiting for her to die now. It would not be long. I pray God it will end soon. I was so hungry. I tried to go downstairs this morning. Becky was sitting in an armchair by the chimney. She was panting like a jog, looking at me without moving, just following me around the room with her eyes. I pointed the gun at her sore face, but she did not react. I could not pull the trigger. I went back to my room. The house is silent like a tomb. No more noises. Becky is dead now. Forgive me, my love. I was unable to save you. I'll be with you soon enough. Wow. Yeah, that's depressing. Yeah, so kind of, it's, and I guess that's what I saw. So that explains the body I ran into downstairs. Yeah.
This makes no sense. None of it. No sense at all. It's a nightmare. That's it. So be it. Rational thinking only.
Exactly, Bob. That's exactly what I was thinking too. I'm like, I would have laughed if it went to end credits. Like, oh, you actually hit the button. Okay, yeah, you're done. I love games like that that put in like those fake endings.
This is absolute madness. I've lost touch with the real.
Madness it is. As mad as the moon. James clouding sunlight into a glowing reflection.
Hideout beds allow you to evolve and rest. Spend experience points to level up and improve your Vampyr skills. Okay, so now this is feeling like a role-playing game. We got leveling up and skills. Do I begin by selecting the available skill autophagy? I guess that's how you pronounce it, autophagy. You drain your own blood to heal normal and aggravated damage instantly. Okay. Okay, so it looks like I've got 1735 XP. Alright. An aggressive skill. Okay, so we got claws. A close range strike that will cut through all living creatures in front of you. That's close range. Blood spear. You throw a spear made of blood which can pass through enemies in front of you. This is interesting. Notice how like this says damage, this says blood, and this says shadow. Place a cloud of shadows at the target's feet or yours. The cloud will explode after a short time, causing heavy damage. Okay. Alright, so I guess... Yeah, I only have enough to buy one. I think I'm just gonna start with straightforward claws right now. We're just gonna go with that. And figure out the rest later.
That voice in my head. If I'm not mad.
Okay, so now I have a quest. Night is here again. I am in London now. Somewhere near the East End docks, I suppose. I don't know this part of town. All I know is this. Someone is killing people here. Murdering them. Butchering them. Drinking their blood. Making them like him? Is this what happened to me? My poor Mary. My poor sister. I must follow the blood trail. Find answers. Maybe. I should start by gathering information about what happened to this place while I was away. Then I will find who did this to me. Who made me what I am now. Okay.
Then it must belong to the one who made me what I am. I must find him to understand what I have become.
Okay.
Where is it? Close.
These people want me dead. I need to leave now.
Alright, so I guess I'm going out this other door, maybe? Wait, where? Oh, that other door was downstairs, hang on. That's right, it's over this way here.
Here's the leech. Here!
Oh! That was a neat trick.
My head's spinning.
Oi! Come out, you coward!
I cannot enter.
Offhand weapons. Okay.
I'm still in Southwark. I must reach the West End. Go back home.
Die, vermin!
Press A to bite a stunned enemy. Biting an enemy provides you with blood to use. Biting an enemy provides you with blood to use skills and also refills your health gauge. Let's try this.
There's a strength I
Oh.
never knew I had.
Wow, those claws really went through him. Okay.
Over there!
This shouldn't be possible.
Oof, this guy's fucking me up. Oh man, I didn't get a chance to fucking try to consume blood. Wow, those guys really, those guys went through me quick, so I guess we'll see how far I get set back from, dying. Hopefully not too far. Alright, so back in the house it looks like. I love that, like, I went from feeling like this complete invulnerable badass to, like, immediately dead. Like, there wasn't even, like, a... Oh! Fuck. Oh boy. You know, combat's not entirely easy. Okay.
Every fiber of my being is afire.
Dang it, okay. There we go.
I feel like a child learning the limits of my body.
Alright. Oh boy, here we go again. Ah! Oh! Man, that sucks. Oh, wow. kind of like actually. I mean, well, it's hard and a little frustrating, but I actually kind of like that humans aren't like these complete pushovers.
My strength. My reflexes. I'm not human anymore.
It's like, you play a lot of these games where like, everybody's a pushover, and it's like it tries to make you feel like this complete badass, right? It's like people go down in like 1 or 2 hits, and this game, the combat's not like that. In fact, it almost kind of feels like it's encouraging you not to fight, right? Like, maybe sneak around, stay out of trouble. And not to mention, of course, that the more people that you kill and bite and feed on, I'm sure there's consequences for that too, right? So, with that being said, I don't exactly feel like there's a lot of options for sneaking around. Although maybe you can run away from fights. I haven't really tried that yet. So, we'll have to see.
My poor sister. If only I had controlled my need for blood. Mary, someone will pay for what happened to you. For what happened to us.
Oh, wow, rats, look at that. Oh, wow.
I have this thirst for blood.
Yeah, so that's interesting too. Again, you don't have to it looks like if you don't want to kill all the humans,
It's locked, all right.
then you have the option to bite rats.
I can't believe I'm doing this.
And you actually get a decent bit of blood from that too, so I think I understand what the intro was saying about how biting people makes the progression easier, right? So it's like it's sort of interesting how it kind of gives you this, it's almost like a bit of a moral dilemma, right? It's like, well, you can kill people and, drink their blood, and make the game easier, or you don't. And then the game is harder, but you have that sort of moral, like, well, I refuse to be this vampire that I've turned into. Oof. Okay, so where do I need to go? What have I missed? The brave lads at the front. Join the blank and help blank. Alright, let's take a look at the map. Okay, so it almost looks like, so I need to find, I guess, this bridge, right? It looks like there's a bridge that I need to cross. And it's somewhere, okay, oh, so the bridge is there, but how do I get up to it? Alright, so I must have missed something up here, because it looks like there's an exit up here and it'll let me onto the bridge, so let's look around again and let's see what I missed. Okay, so according to this is the bridge I'm crossing. But then this is where all those locked doors were. Oh wait, here we go. Aha! I just didn't hit the right spot to teleport. Okay.
The dizziness from the jump. I can now control it. This is despicable. What will London have to say to me?
Well, nothing good, I'm sure.
I
Alright,
cannot
that's...
enter. I have so many questions unanswered. Another corpse. Have the very streets of London become a mausoleum?
I mean, I was leaving a few of my own back there. Can't really say much.
The man has been drained of all blood, but I can still smell the scent of it. I follow the scent's trail. Perhaps it will lead me to my assailant. Fresh blood.
Oh, neat.
The smell is so strong.
This is the same look from the beginning of the very beginning of the game. Back to that black and white and the little red specks of blood.
Where has everyone gone?
So I guess I'm following the trail. I'd say if everybody was smart, everybody basically
According
GTFO.
to the blood patterns, that's where the victim was attacked. So that must be the killer's trail.
Bloody handprint. A new hideout. Okay, got it. Oh, the hideout's right here. Oh, crafting items. Another role-playing staple. Alright, let's have a look around. Ooh, chest of stuff. Handle and trigger parts. Alright, so we're getting goodies to craft with. Okay, that's the actual workbench. Huh. I'm assuming that's ammo, so I guess instead of finding ammo, you just refill it at your hideout. Alright, let's see what this crafting's all about. Alright, so you got medical treatments, serums, weapon upgrades. Alright, we got weapons to craft. Okay. So yeah, it doesn't seem like at the moment I really, it's like I don't have recipes or something. I'm definitely not seeing the ability to actually craft anything yet, so I'm just going to assume I'm going to unlock some stuff as I go. Alright, so I think it's nap time again, and we'll see if we can unlock anything else interesting here. Increase your health, that could definitely be useful. Oh, and I don't actually have very much XP, so I probably won't be doing a whole lot. Blood capacity. Okay. Interesting. So yeah, this kind of seems like if you're gonna go all in on the whole biting people, then that's your skill line. Okay, and then these are all locked because I'm not high enough level. Huh. I think I'm just gonna take this health boost. Interesting.
At last, a little life.
Yeah, people. Hi. Yeah, don't mind my blood-soaked shirt. Yeah,
Whoever he may be,
I'm a farmer.
the killer recently entered this bar. Maybe some of the locals saw him.
Hello, sir. Are you all right? Is there any way I can help you?
I don't know. Maybe you could just talk to me.
Maybe you prefer to speak with Tom, then. He's more agreeable talking to strangers.
I'll leave then. Thank you.
All right.
There's gotta be something can be done to get out of this bullshit mess. No?
My God, sir, you look like Jonah's whale just spat you out of hell. Can I get you a drink?
No, thank you.
I'm glad somebody finally acknowledged
Well, grab a chair and get some rest.
how I looked.
It's going to be another long night.
Demon Barber Sweeney Todd. All right. I wonder why this says exclamation point.
I'm looking for someone who might have passed through here recently.
I don't know if that.
Wondered if you might help.
It's been quiet tonight. The only other person I've seen went straight up to his room. Thought it was kind of rude, actually.
You mean he's still here?
Well, yeah. He paid for the entire week.
I hope I live long enough to see them wet boys get what's coming to them.
Who is this man? What does he look like?
Well, like a gentleman, I guess. Well-dressed, quite polite. Professor or something fancy like that. Always writing, reading notes.
How long has he been here?
He rented the room a few days ago and didn't say when he'd leave.
I need to meet this man. I have questions.
Just climb the stairs and knock on the first door. I heard him open his window, so I guess he's still awake. And,
Yes?
no funny business. You hear me? This is a respectable establishment.
Mess would have given me a laugh.
Jack. He didn't deserve this.
Good evening, sir. I wondered if I could ask for your help.
Wow, you look like you need a drink.
Yes. I apologize for my outfit. It's been a long night.
Been there, seen that. Don't worry, things can only get worse.
Well, thanks, Dyson. I feel much better now.
What's going on around here? It's like everybody is hiding.
You must be new here. Have you not heard about the murders? Everybody fears the return of the sewer dog.
Who is this sewer dog?
It's the local bogeyman. Convenient answer for every crime that happened for decades. You murdered someone, blame the sewer dog, eh?
You make it sound like it's a fairy tale.
People will always believe in monsters. It's easier than accepting their own darkness. We can all be monsters.
I'll leave you to your bottle then.
Alright. Let's just go up and see what, let's see who this guy up here is.
This is no place for you. Prewen has several patrols roaming the area.
They do not pursue me.
But they're looking for vampires, and they're most efficient.
They'll not relent until the killer has been identified.
I have a common objective, but I require...
I think someone is eavesdropping.
Are you certain? You might as well come in, whoever you are.
Slowly, vampire. Who are you?
Oh.
I mean you no harm, saith the vampire. Present yourself.
I need a word. With anyone.
Well, that's something I can do for you. And who?
Dr. Edgar Swansea. Huh. Okay. Wow, okay. I find that almost a little creepy that, like, the menu tracks every person. It's like...
Who might you be?
I feel like that's almost like, gotta catch them all, you know? Except instead it's gotta bite them all.
Tell me, who are you?
First, tell me what you want. Then I may tell you.
That's none of your concern.
Sir, you have entered my room in the middle of the night, pale as a corpse and shaking like a tree. So please, indulge me.
Someone is molesting people. In fact, killing them. Biting them.
The calling card of a vampire. Like you.
I've been hunted down in the streets and attacked. I'm a victim here, too.
I believe you.
Then if you are not a vampire, who or what are you?
Dr. Edgar Swansea of the Brotherhood of St. Paul. I'm performing an independent investigation here in an attempt to understand precisely what is going on.
Sorry, you can't see it because of my my camera, but hold on. There's this pair of dice over here. The whole time I've been staring at that pair of dice. She's talking about it like, I come here to study to find out what's going on. Also, I play dice. Alright. So...
What have you uncovered concerning the murders?
It started a few nights ago. Rumors of violent murders. The docks have always been, shall we say, somewhat unsavory. But this is different.
How different?
A vampire is at work here. Famished. Reckless. It must be brought to ground, and quickly.
And what exactly is this book?
Sir, if the name is not familiar to you, then we shall discuss it another time.
I heard another voice, that of a woman. Who were you talking to?
Ridiculous. I've no idea what you're talking
about.
Something tells me not to trust you.
Then the feeling is mutual.
Yeah, he was totally talking to someone, and you notice there was that whoosh before he told me to come in, so I think he was talking to another vampire like me, and she checked out.
Then help me find the culprit.
I may. If you'll first tell me why you opened this door.
I followed a trail. The scent of blood from a recent victim. It led me here.
You thought I was your aggressor? That explains a great deal. We're both chasing the same shadow.
A shadow, indeed. Yet I heard his voice in my head. There was a moment I believed I was mad.
You should let me handle this affair. You've no idea what you're up against.
No. I will find the monster. He is mine.
How will you do any better than I? But then let me ask you this. What are your intentions if you find the killer?
I will at last have the answers to my questions.
Then I can only wish you good hunting. And pray we shall meet again.
It's locked. If Swansea is not my attacker, it means somebody else came here tonight. Someone must know something.
Evening, sir. Can I help you?
I have a few questions for you.
Well, if you must.
What's going on around here? Where is everyone?
Too many dead, sir. First the epidemic. Now all these terrible murders.
The murders. What can you say about them?
Bodies found in the streets every morning. Drained of blood. It's just horrible. Some say the sewer dog is back.
The sewer dog? What's that?
No one knows. People have always disappeared around these parts. The ancients say it's the sewer dog coming out to feed. But now he's killing in the streets.
What have you heard about the epidemic?
There's a Spanish flu. Yeah, killed so many last summer. Thought we'd seen the last of it. Dozens dying every week.
Are the authorities doing anything?
Nothing. There are so many quarantine zones in London now. It's gotten really hard to travel across town.
You know, this is a super nitpicky detail, but I love that it lets you pan the camera as they're talking.
I spoke to Dr. Swansea. He's not the man I'm looking for. Now, I want the truth.
The truth? What do you mean?
I suspect that someone else was here tonight, and I don't think Tom wants to tell me about it.
I'm just the barmaid here, okay? If Tom says you're the only visitor we had, then you're the only visitor we had.
I can feel your fear, madam. Please, tell me what's going on.
It's Will. William Bishop. He came in here earlier tonight and he... Well, I thought he was going to clock someone.
Why are you so afraid?
I mean, his skin. His hands. I scrubbed every glass and every chair that he touched. God, I hope it's not contagious.
What happened tonight?
He was dead drunk, as usual. But my God, his eyes. His face. He must have caught something awful. He shouted and cried. It was terrible.
Tell me about this William Bishop.
Will was a sailor who worked at the canning factory before he lost that job. A nice bloke, really. He's never been violent. Until tonight.
Why keep it a secret? Why not tell me about it?
Tom's nothing if not loyal. After Will lost his job, he offered him one ear. They used to be good mates. But recently, well, Will started to get very aggressive.
I see. Thank you for your candor. I'll be sure to talk to Tom.
Oh, interesting. So Tom and William Bishop used to be good friends, huh? Oh wow, if you unlock hints, you get more XP for feed on them. Wow. Okay. Yeah, this is pretty interesting. You know, again, there's that whole moral dilemma about whether you feed on people or not. But on the other hand, I love this kind of mechanic of like finding out more about people, right? And now it makes more sense why there's this whole we're gonna track everybody kind of thing going on. Yeah, that's interesting. So this is a game that really is encouraging you to talk to like everybody.
Welcome back. Did you find what you were after?
I can't say I have. Are you sure no one else came into your bar before I arrived?
Hey, I told you, you were the only other stranger I've had.
Yeah, stranger. Yeah.
Tom, talk to me about the visit from your old friend, William.
Yes, Will came by tonight, but he's not my friend anymore.
Why lie to me if he is not your friend?
I didn't lie. I said you were my only unannounced customer, and that's the truth.
You're the only stranger. I caught that.
Who is he?
William. Just an old sailor who loves his gin too much. He worked for years at the canning factory before it closed.
How was he tonight? Was he different?
Sicker than usual, perhaps. He whined and mumbled about how mean people were to him and how he'd like to talk to me outside, and then he left when I refused.
Huh.
Is he dangerous?
Yeah. Like many drunks, he's all bark and no bite. He can barely stand up most of the time.
I need to find him.
Time's up.
Urgency. Do you know where he is?
You could try his boat. It's up by the North Pier. He sleeps there when he's too drunk to get home.
Please describe him to me.
What'd you expect? He's a tall, sick bastard with a bad rash and torn old clothes. William used to be strong. Now he's a mess.
Thank you, Tom.
If you see him, tell him I don't want him back here unless he cleans up his act, okay?
Damn it. I think drink no longer stirs me.
See, and here's what's bothering me, right? So Tom was here, but when I was listening at the door upstairs, Edward, or the guy upstairs, right? He was talking to someone, and it was a feminine voice. So he obviously wasn't talking to this Tom fellow. So and that's what I'm getting at. It's like there's yet another person here, and I don't know. They may have, if it was a vampire, then they may have gone straight up to that balcony upstairs, right? Because I'll show you, because there was a balcony up here, right? If you go, so here's what I'm thinking, right? That may explain how, right, the vampire may have come in up here which meant that would explain how he could have been talking to somebody female and the people downstairs wouldn't have known about it. So I guess that checks out. But anyway, so yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and I guess I don't know how the save works. Actually, hang on. I think I may have to go back to my hideout to save, so let me see if I can figure that out. Can I zoop up here? No. I'm still trying to figure out the whole mechanic of where it lets you teleport up and not. Okay, so I can't go in that door because I'm pretty sure my hideout's like right here, but I can't. I gotta figure out how it lets me up. Okay, so I can Zod up here, then I think I go in this door, and this should be my hideout, right? Yeah. Okay. All right. So I think if I sleep, then this I'm pretty sure is gonna save the game. Oh, looks like I did get a little bit more XP, so let's see if there's anything interesting to get. So I can get some more stamina. Got that whole bite thing going on. Defensive. What's this? Blood barrier. Oh no, that's kind of neat. That looks handy. But I don't have that much. I think I'll just take this little... I'm going to go and unlock this cheap stamina upgrade. And... don't cancel. We're going to confirm right here. Okay. And that should have saved my game. So now we can go ahead and quit. Okay. Alright, so that was Vampyr. Alright, so let's talk about Vampyr a little bit. So, I did finally... At first I mentioned I wasn't sure what kind of game this is going to end up being, but it definitely, as it went along, definitely started feeling a lot more like a role-playing game. But there's some interesting things here. There was some combats for sure, but I like the fact that it didn't feel like this isn't like, say, like God of War or like one of those action games where like you're just mowing through people and it's like constant action. It's not like Diablo or one of these other kind of games like that, right? Where like you're just getting ridiculous amounts of kills and that kind of thing, right? This is clearly more of a there's a lot more of a story narrative. It's much more of a methodical pace. I really kind of like the whole... this is really an interesting mechanic of the go around and talk to everybody and get hints about other people. And I think that's neat in the sense it makes it a little bit more interesting, because a lot of games with role-playing games, you have NPCs and sometimes you can talk to them and sometimes you can't, and sometimes they don't have anything interesting to say. But in this game, it's like it almost makes everybody, potentially interesting. Especially once you got past that beginning part where like everybody you run into is trying to kill you. It's like, now it's kind of neat. And I feel, I feel like there's still obviously a lot of the game to uncover. I only, 60 minutes is not very long. And I feel like and in a way it's kind of a shame, because I feel like it was starting, I don't want to say picking up, but like it was definitely starting to open up and get a little bit, I guess, more interesting, right? Like I'm definitely, and I think that's always a good sign of a game. Like I'm interested in the story. I want to know what happens next. I want to go track down this guy and talk to him. So I definitely liked it. The combat, I don't know if I want to call it a negative, but this is a game that first off, the combat is not easy. It seems like a game that really is trying. This reminds me of like The Last of Us, right? That's a really good example of a game where it's like, yes, you can get into combat, but it's hard, and you don't really want to get into combat if you don't have to, and that's kind of what this game feels like to me. Right, and this is on top of the whole dilemma of, killing people, right? And I haven't done my research. I don't know if this is one of those games where like there's some achievement like you didn't kill anybody or you didn't bite anybody the whole game, so you get a thing, right? I don't remember if Nikki was trying to do that in her playthrough or not. I honestly can't remember, but man, would that make this game hard. Like if you were trying to get through it and like not biting anybody like that would suck. But I like the fact that again, it definitely gives you that dilemma, right? Do you not bite anybody? Do you go all in and just be like, well, they're trying to kill me anyway, so if you try to kill me, I'm killing you back, or somewhere. And if you do that, like this is the other thing I didn't get a good sense for because I'm not far enough in the game is, is there a consequence? Like if you keep biting people and doing it more and more and more, is there like, do you become more, I don't know, vampiric, out of control? Do you, start becoming more like the beast? I say this because, these are common themes with vampire stories, right? So that's why, I think it's kind of natural to ask these questions when you play these sorts of games. So yeah, it's part of me is like, I almost kind of want to go through the achievements and see if I'm right. I'm actually looking. Oh, but see, the problem is they're all hidden. All the at least on Steam they are. I'm sure I can look online, but I'll have to do that after the stream because that's a question I'm really curious about. But yeah, as far as I like the game overall, I'm definitely going to give this one. This one's definitely getting the smile. I do think this is worth recommending. I think it's definitely in terms of a role-playing game, it's checking all the right boxes. It does seem fun. The story seems interesting. The world seems nicely crafted. Everything. This isn't like a brand new game. It's not like a super next-gen graphics or anything, but everything looked nice. It ran fine. I had everything turned up to max. I don't have a particularly high-end system or anything, so everything didn't seem buggy at all. Didn't have any problems. So yeah, I mean, all in all, I would say that, yeah, this definitely seems like a good game, and definitely if you're into vampires and, like your role-playing games, this definitely looks like one that you would enjoy. I've played a couple other, they had, I've played a couple of the Vampire the Masquerade role-playing games, right? There's Vampire the Masquerade Redemption, I think is what it's called. That's the one that they're currently making a sequel to. Played the original, and I never beat it, but it was really interesting. Like, I had a lot of fun with it, but I also know it was very buggy, and it's one of those games that, like, if you do go and play it now, you want to kind of get all the unofficial patches and fixes and upgrades and stuff to make it a little bit more, kind of palatable. But I know that was a good game. And there was another older vampire game that came out before that, and I enjoyed that one too. I wish I could remember which one that is, because it was a Vampire the Masquerade game, but it wasn't Redemption. This came out before that, and that one was fun. My only thing was I ran into a bug late in the game that made the game basically I was trapped in an area and I couldn't proceed. Right, there was like a script failure. And unfortunately, the way the save games work in that system, I didn't have like old save games to go back to. So it pretty much just hosed my game, and I never did have the. I was so crushed by it that I never went back and tried to finish it. So yeah, I seem to have a history of not finishing these vampire games, and and of course, sadly, with the format of my stream, 60 minutes is all I get. So this is one I'd love to come back to sometime, though, perhaps I will at some point, but of course, I have an endless number of other games in my backlog. And in fact, on that note, let's find out what's next. Oh, wow, now that... Interesting, I just played Civ 6 the other day, and now it wants me to play Civ 4, but it wants me to play colonization. And this ought to be interesting because, this is specific to colonization, like, colonizing the U.S., the New World, that kind of thing. This takes me back because back in my Commodore games, they used to have, there was a similar game. In fact, I think it was called Colonization, right? I'm thinking, if I'm remembering right, there was a very similar game back then that I was playing. And I also remember, I think it was Seven Cities of Gold, was another kind of similar game, if I'm remembering right. So yeah, this ought to be interesting. But I'm just amused that I ended up getting like 2 Civilization games almost back to back in terms of my randomizer. So anyway, just a reminder. So this will be Monday night, 9 o'clock Central Time. This is when I'll stream Colonization. And as always, just a reminder, my regular schedule: Monday, Wednesday, Friday nights, 9 p.m. You can always check me out then. The other thing is, if you subscribe, you can subscribe to me on both Twitch and Twitter. And if you do, that's always the easiest way to keep up with when I go live. But if not, you can just remember my regular schedule. I do sometimes stream on the weekends, but I haven't been doing that lately. I don't announce my special streams ahead of time. So, sometimes Tosh and I will, we'll team up and we'll co-op a game together. And we call that Divorce Stream, and we do those sometimes. So, hoping to get back to doing that sometime soon. Actually, it's been a while since we've done that, and I do kind of miss it. But yeah. So Monday night, looking forward to some colonization, and I hope everybody has a good long weekend. I know today was the first day of my 4-day weekend, so I'm definitely enjoying it. Matter of fact, I slept until like 12:30 today, so I was pretty lazy. And it felt good. it was nice to catch up on some sleep. But yes, I hope everybody has a great Labor Day weekend, and I hope to see you on Monday. All right, good night.